What's up, guys? Bonafide Hustler here, and today, episode 4 of 10 items to look for what sells on eBay. It's good to have you guys here. If you are seeing this for the very first time, there are 2 episodes that are public, one that's in the green room. The 5th episode, episode 5, will be in the green room. If you do want to learn more about the green room, check it out in the feed below. It's actually in the description. If you're watching this right now and it says live, there is a live feed on the right. I guess that's this way. Or it actually is this way. But yeah, there's a feed on the right. Go check it out. You can converse and talk amongst the people in the feed. Plus, if you got a question or anything like that, then definitely ask it. So the premise of the show is for me to share with you guys and gals 10 items to be on the lookout for. So, that's really important. And whether you're at thrift stores or garage sales or any of that kind of stuff, I mean, it's really important. Like, the person that wins is the person that has the most knowledge. Like, if you have a lot of knowledge and you can analyze a market pretty well, which most of these I'm going to show you today have really good markets. Of all the things here, I've hustled every one of them. So that's, these are not like things I'm looking out for. Like, I know these things, I've hustled them before, and I definitely want to show you guys what is up. So let's make sure the sound check is good. Got to shout out a couple people that are in the feed. Knowing is half the battle. What's up, Hoovie? Good to see you. What's up, Eddie Willis? Hello, DJ Castellea. What's up? It's good to see everyone. Ryan Graper. I see like all the most positive people in the world right here. What's up, Devin Simon? It's good to see you. Got a lot of green roomers in the house. I see it. Large flipping family. Just wrapped up my Amazon shipment. Showed the green room crew. Cool. That's good. I just did one yesterday. What's up, Matt? Good to see you. What's up, Lauren? 2 days in. That's right. 2 shows in 1 day. I was on earlier today with the Green Room Live show, which is every Tuesday. But these type shows, this what sells on eBay, 10 items to look out for, I plan to do kind of like every other one will be public, and the other ones should be in the green room. So someone's saying, what's up with the video? I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you guys can see me, and hopefully you guys can hear me. Sounds great. Okay, good. That's right. So if you are in the green room, I'm just curious, like, put the green room down, GR, well, however you do it. And let's talk about some things that belong on eBay. A little bit of a bonus thing, okay? Let's just go real bonus. Let's go bonus round right now, right? Before we get to the first one, and I didn't even plan this out, it's just on my desk, and I know I have to get it off my desk. But before I get it off my desk, GPS units, okay? Don't forget the GPS units, when you find them at thrift stores and garage sales for dirt cheap, the most frequent one that you'll probably find will be called the Garmin eTrex, which comes in white, yellow, blue, and black, if I'm not mistaken. Real primitive GPS, but people still use it. Or you can get into like the fancy schmancy, like color, downloadable, everything content, plus has camera on it and everything. Magellan type stuff. But either way, GPSs, if they boot up pretty nicely, they are worth some pretty good coin on eBay. Though eTrexes are right around the $50 mark still. But when it comes to like GPS brands and everything like that, I think Garmin is certainly better than Magellan. But we're not talking about things like TomTom or any of that kind of stuff. We're talking about portable hiking, like you go in the woods with it. So before I get this off my desk, there's your extra little bolo. Hit the like button just for the extra stuff, okay? Because this was not part of the program. But yeah, they all run off like AAA or AA batteries. Some might have a tiny battery pack in there that's rechargeable. They download content off of like the sites. They got different maps on them through USB. Some might have a camera on them, which is cool. And those are definitely like the higher up models. And then the ones that have color, of course, are definitely, wanted more. GPS, you might be thinking like, why GPS? Not like, why, doesn't a cell phone do that, Bonafide? Yeah, a cell phone does that. But when you run out of signal, it's like, you don't get anything. So a GPS beams to satellites, you know what I'm saying? All right, so good to see you. We got green room people in the house. That's your bonus item. Based on principle, we like the video based on principle. That's a good. I didn't expect to show that to you guys, but okay. Let's go into episode. Let's go to the first thing. The premise of the show is I show you 10 items and I do a screen share. Okay, the screen share, I'm going to bring you into eBay completeds, and we're going to talk about the things that I've sold before. And from there, I'm going to show you good markets. Like it's really important that I show you something that can be sold over and over, not opposed to just like where one has sold in the past 90 days. I want to show you things where many have sold in the past 90 days. So these are good markets. Let's go into the first one. If you guys see the screen share, let me know. Okay, I have something that looks like men's underwear. Present to everyone. Cool. All right. So hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to look at the comment feed too, just for a second, just to make sure that nothing's going crazy. All right. Let me line up my screen just right. Okay. So the very first thing I want to talk to you guys about, the first two things have to deal with mountain bikes. Okay. So the first one is called mountain bike MTB downhill pads. So downhilling is the art of basically going down a really large mountain. It can be mild, right? Or it can be crazy, like Red Bull Rampage type stuff. But either way, people that go downhill are usually, they use ski lifts to get up. They put the bikes on the back of the ski lift things, and they go up the mountain, right? And that's how these mountains make revenue year round, right? So in the wintertime, when the snow falls, obviously it's skiing and snowboarding, right? But when it becomes summertime and there's all the snow is gone, how do they make money? So they open it up into usually a downhill park. So downhill mountain biking is hella popular. So we're going to talk about downhill pads today. And here I'm going to show you first the new market. Because every now and then you can come across some new stuff. Because some people buy it and then they realize it doesn't fit, but I'm not going to return it or as a gift. So let's look into the new market. More importantly, for the brands that you want to know about. Okay. And here's a good brand right here, POC. What we're looking at are padded. This is the padded shorts, but this is like an elbow guard. Look at this thing, right? A pair of elbow guards, 134. All right, it's a slanted number, so it's probably the UK stuff. Let's go into here, right here, protective shorts. Essentially, you want to be on the lookout for Fox 661. It's not called 16, it's called 661. Also known as like this right here, SIX1 or 661, but the keywords have to be this one. Fox is a really good Fox is okay. Like, I really don't like Fox as a manufacturer. They kind of build junky products, but 661 is real good. POC is real good. There's some other ones. Raceface is really good. Now, when Fox makes this type stuff, which is almost like armor, and this is for knee and shin, because you can imagine when you hit a tree full speed or you wreck and your bike comes back at you, you're going to want to be protected. And so that's what all this stuff is. Knee and shin right here, very good keywords. But look at what we're talking about. If you're able to spot this at a garage sale or, at a thrift store, it's pretty good money right here just for two of those things. You might be thinking, how big is this? This could be a long box because usually some of these don't fold over each other, but you start looking like RoboCop after a while if you start armoring up. But, if you don't armor up and you take a fall, it's pretty nasty. Cali's a really good brand. G-Form's really good. G-Form is a little bit newer that came on the market, and it's kind of interesting. It kind of looks like that like Nike football gear. I don't know how to explain it, but there's some like Nike stuff that kind of looks like this too, but it's not for mountain biking, but I think they kind of copied off of that. But basically, this is to disperse the shock. Any one of these things is to disperse shock when you come down, because you're going to wreck. It doesn't matter who you are, you're going to wreck. So this is the new market right here. Troy Lee Designs is really good, TLD. But definitely be looking out for this. Let's go into the used part real quick. And we're sorting by highest and sold. So you can see here that, we have Cali is a good brand. IXS, I've never found any IXS stuff. G-Form I have found before. POC I've found before. I found helmets. POC makes really good helmets, by the way. So if you remember this brand, POC makes great helmets. And then I've hustled I've hustled Raceface before, and I've hustled full kits. When you have a full kit, you have like the shin, the knee thing, plus the elbow pads. And don't forget that here's your little bonus thing, but like, mountain biking downhill gloves, very important too. Obviously the helmet's really important, but when you go into the gloves and everything like that, things that look like this, if you come across, the mountain biking gloves as opposed to dirt biking gloves, they're very, very similar, right? So it says like mountain bike downhill dirt bike. See this right here? But if you find this at a garage sale, it almost feels like it has armor for the knuckles. Sometimes it could be carbon fiber, but very important. Some have ventilation, crazy ventilation. Troy Lee Designs makes some really good ones, but they're not super armored. But for really, really crazy downhill, you're going to start seeing some little armored pieces right by the knuckles. So anyway, but something to look out for, because if you find this at a garage sale, and if you look hard enough, some people have them. So, but the ones that are really wanted are the more armored ones like this. So that's the first thing that has to do with mountain biking. The second thing that I want to show you guys is, obviously you have to go there. You can't show up nude, so you have to have some shorts, right? So mountain biking shorts, I want to discuss with you a couple brands that are really, really important. And we're going to go into the pre-owned or the brand is important, but the pre-owned is more important, because when you find these, they're probably not going to be new. There's two different types of riding. Like, some people, when you do mountain biking, there's cross country. You have what's called AM, all mountain. You have there's cross country, all mountain, enduro, downhill, slope style. There's all kinds of different ones, and with different ones comes different gear usually. But when it comes down to like cross country, where there's not many bumps, it's just basically all out racing. You're gonna start seeing bibs, and bibs are really good. BMC makes really good, products for biking and road biking, mountain biking and road biking. Um, and then what else do we got here? Hold on real quick. Okay, never mind. Hold on. So I'm just making sure that the feed is good. Hopefully the feed's still good, right? Okay, good. Kevin Fleck, is this a live stream about bike gear? No, the first two things were about bike gear, and after that we're going to go into some different stuff. But so this is what a bib looks like. Think about a bib as being something that like hugs the body, like straight up hugs it, like a Borat suit, right? You ever seen that movie Borat, where the dude has that mankini kind of thing? Kind of looks like a Borat suit. So that's what a bib is. You want to put bib everywhere in that keyword. That's the most important keyword if you have something like this. And where it says road mountain, I mean, honestly, you could do, it says road and mountain. That means it's either one. So when you deal with actual real mountain biking, okay, you're going to deal with shorts. All right. Shorts that are like this, they're baggy. So you can put the pads on and everything, and they don't start snagging all over the place. So POC makes some downhill bagging pants, but you got Specialized right here. Fox, you're going to see a company called Zoic at some point. Fox is real good. You can see right here that there's good markets for these type of bibs, but when you come down to the shorts, here we go, some Fox demo downhill, $59.99, $2.99 shipping. If you look hard enough, you can start finding some of this stuff at Goodwill. That's where I found a majority of like the downhill shorts that I've ever hustled. Has actually been Goodwill. Found some Oakley ones there, found Fox ones, Zoics, and these are all really good brands. So let's take a look at some other stuff. Giro's okay, not my favorite brand. Troy Lee Designs is pretty good. This guy, not the best ad right here at all. Pearl Izumi, not that great. POC, good brand. Sombrio's okay, but I like Zoic a whole lot. Like anything Zoic is really, really good. And same with Endura. So, let's get a little bonus right here. Let's go to Zoic shorts as a bonus just to see. This is one of my favorite brands. When you go to like really high-end bike shops, like they all have Zoic. So look at this. So Zoic cycling shorts, right? They look like shorts. They almost look like hiking shorts, but you have to put your hand around this crotch area and look like a total creeper, right? But you have to grab in the crotch area to feel the padding, see if it has padding. Because if it doesn't have padding, it's just basically shorts. So you definitely want to find the padding inside. Size large, $49.99, right? This kind of short would be at a thrift store for like $5. This Zoic right here, 100% ripstop nylon, meaning is if it rips right here, the rip doesn't continue down. By the end of the ride, you have a flappy thing. It stops the rip no matter where it starts. 51 with $1 shipping. Here we go. Zoic one, another one. Best offer. Look at these. These prices are so good for actual pre-owned, right? Used Zoics. Still really good prices. So that's a really good brand right there. The other one I like a lot. A little bit of a bonus here. Endura. If you could remember this, that's a good brand as well. So Endura does make bibs, right? But they also make these shorts. This is actually what I ride with right here. These right here. They're called Humvees. They're called 3/4. And you can see right here, that's when we get to, those are probably the new ones, but when we get to a used, I don't even know if anyone would ever sell those because they're literally like the best things ever. So here's one right here for about, looks like $41, some Humvees. Men's large. Yeah, so not too bad. And then size extra large, cool. Don't see any mediums, so if there's some mediums, I would probably buy them right now. But these are really good shorts. I like this brand in Endura, so check out that brand as well. Okay, so is everything good? Hopefully the stream is good, right? I've seen some people's like feed is good, stream is good. Okay, good. So let's go into the third thing real quick. Now, when it comes to webcams, this is definitely the webcam that you can look out for at a pawn shop. You probably won't find this at a garage sale. I don't think anybody's going to sell this webcam at a garage sale. It's very hard. I find them at pawn shops, and I find them at thrift stores in little baggies like Savers, for example, right? Thrift stores and pawn shops. This is where you're going to find this next thing. It's called a C920, okay? Probably the most legit webcam that's affordable at this point, okay? It's made by Logitech, and probably you won't be able, well, you can sell used Logitech, I think, on FBA, but when it comes to new, yeah, I don't think you can, but I think used you can. But new, anything you can put onto eBay with Logitech. So Logitech HD Pro C920. Look at this, a bids. I don't know why people do auctions on these things. Like, just literally, this guy could have probably put $79.99 and sold this thing, right? Don't know why this person's messing with auctions. Like, this is the way you do it right here, okay? $79.99, put your store on sale, and there you go. 10% off. That's the way you do it, all right? You can do the gouging on shipping thing, but honestly, like, this is the more easy way to do it. So here we have another one in the box, which is cool. Looks like maybe an open box, but when they're loose, all right, here's a loose one right here. 65 bucks. It's a 1080p HD video, really, really good clarity. This is what Raycon uses. A very solid webcam. You guys got to be on the lookout for this thing. You will find them at like Goodwill Electronics Works, pawn shops, and just random thrift stores. This is the one you want to look for. Now, if you're like, okay, I don't know if this is a C920, because I'm going to tell you one thing. When you look at this, C920 is nowhere on this cord. It's nowhere on the back of it. You will be hunting forever for the model number. You will not find it. The only way you find it is hooking it up to a computer. So buy it. Hopefully there's a little warranty in the store. If it doesn't work, you can bring it back in like a couple days. Or if you're at a Goodwill Computer Works, you can actually just plug this thing right into a computer that's like on, and it'll recognize it, and it'll say driver for, Logitech C920. Okay, here we go. And that's how you can kind of identify them. So it's a little smart way of like doing it. But look at this, right? I'm already 6 scrolls down. We're still in a market with $50, 17 bids. Like, why are people putting these on auctions, man? This is ridiculous. Look at that $60 one right here. I'm still just scrolling. Look at this market right here. This is a good market. And why do we like good markets? Because liquidity is everything. When you want to get out, you can get out at any given point in this market. So it's a great thing to hustle, great thing to look out for. All right. I have sold a couple of these, and I kept one. It didn't work. I don't know how I sold that one that didn't work. I think I still have it somewhere. But yeah, one's not working for some reason, but they mostly all work. We've ordered them all for the green room. All of them worked fine, except for mine for some reason. But every now and then you're going to come across this stuff. You'll find them in pawn shops too. Look hard in pawn shops, because this one is out there, and the pawn shops usually don't know, because they have trouble identifying what it is. So they just go webcam. Okay, $5. That was the last one I picked up at a pawn shop, was $5. So yeah, great score. We got a question from Ryan Singletary. Hey, Bonafide, how many estate sales do you attend in a given year? It depends, it just depends on weather, because I love garage sales more than anything. Garage sales and yard sales, I feel like there's just a better hunt, and it's just, you're dealing with people that haven't researched pretty much the prices for the most part. When you deal with estate sales, you're dealing with a company that has like researched the whole thing. Not as fun, big lines, a lot of like hustler talking lines with people that I honestly don't care to like talk about hustling with, like not that early in the morning. It's just not my thing. But I would go, I don't know, in a given year, somewhere in the vicinity of like, I don't know, 20 to 40 in 1 year, like 20 to 40. That would be my first guess. Dumpster Marcus says, I have the C920. That's a great camera. There you go. Casey uses this camera also. So yeah, great thing to look for, okay? We're still going on this market. Look at this. I can keep scrolling and scrolling. Look at this market. Tell me that's not the most amazing, thickest market you've ever seen. That's a good one to know about. And just remember, that was the used part, okay? So we're on the used section here, sort by highest. That's a pretty big market. You're welcome, Ryan. All right, so let me get out of this screen share for 1 second, see how you guys are doing. You guys liking the content? There's only one thing you can do when you like the content this much, and honestly is the reason why this kind of type of show keeps going, is because the like button is always like smashed on these type of shows. So if you can do me a big favor, hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will always strive to do more of these shows for you guys. 42 viewers in the house. That's a lot more than I thought I would get at 106 in the afternoon. You guys ready for number 4? Number 4 is cool. I've hustled this one 2 or 3 times in the past 6 months. So yeah, or one, I might have kept one of them. It looks like a torture device. Can you guess what it is? That's your hint. It looks like a torture device. What is it? So before we actually get into your guesses, let me shout out a couple of people that are in the feed. We got Leslie Corbett. How far back does the sold completed listings go? 90 days. Outdoor Wrangler, Dumpster Marcus, Kevin Fleck, Good Used Goods, eBay Hustler, what is up? Jennifer M. What's up, Jennifer M? Good to see you. When are we gonna hustle, man? Let me know, Jennifer M. XYZ Donald XYZ, what is going on? Eddie Haynes, Phil Seguin, good to see you. Okay, cool. Some like bona fide bod damn stuff he's talking about right here. Some bodybuilding things. Cool. Thank you, Phil. Casein protein. I know about that. It's a slower release. I know that one. All right. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you. Ryan Graper, man, you are sharp. Man, you are sharp. Okay. So yeah, Ryan Graper is right. It's a foam roller. So let's talk about that real quick. Let's go into the screen share. Hopefully you're enjoying the content. If you're not, hit that dislike button, honestly, if you're not. All right. I'm just kidding. Please don't. But let's go into the next one and let's do the rumble roller. So it's cool. I've mentioned it on a couple videos, right? And I've shown pictures of it, but to actually look at the listings to really, hit it home, let's go into the actual used and solds. All right. This one's sitting in my garage right now. I have one of the, it's like $2 at a garage sale. Look at this crap. Look at this crap. Tell me this isn't unbelievable. This is a medieval torture device. Don't be thinking for a second that you're going to get any deep tissue foam massaging out of this thing. All right. This thing is just to whack you over the head when you're being a bad husband, basically, or a bad wife. But yeah, these foam rollers are cool. They come in two sizes. They come in two sizes, two different colors. One is the deep blue right here, and then one's that dark gray that you're looking at, or black, whatever. It's almost like dark gray, but you have the full size, which is a 31, okay? And then you get the compact, which is more travel related. So if you want to travel and impact pain upon random people, then you would get the rumble roller compact, like that one. See? So there's long one, and there's like the compact one. Look at these compact ones. Like, dude, every time I've found these things at garage sales, $1 or $2, easily. Easy to ship off, light, deep tissue. So what you want to do on these keywords, definitely rumble roller, so important. You want to know if you have the small one or the big one. Got to put deep tissue in there. Look at this deep tissue, deep tissue, deep tissue. Massage is also a good one as well. Massage keyword, deep tissue, rumble roller, 31. All right. All you pretty much need, and you'll be somewhere towards the top. Now, if you want to get really technical, you can go the RR31.6, which is more than likely 31.6 inches, if that's the real, or no, 31 times 6. I believe that's what the model number is. Either way, it's on the side of it. So if you're wondering, like, where the hell do I know if it's a rumble roller or not? There, it'll show you on the side if it's a rumble roller or not. In fact, let's take a look. Hopefully this person's got some pictures. It's pretty easy. It says it like it's kind of engraved on the outside. See right here? Compact RR, patent pending, rumble roller. So there you go. All right, it's like etched in there. So that's the way you know. But it's really easy to find because like there's no one else in the market that really makes these crazy torture devices, honestly. So good market, right? Let's see how many scrolls on a MacBook Pro. 1, 2, 3 scrolls, and we're still at like $40. So I consider that a pretty good market, considering you can get it for $1 or $2 at a garage sale. That's something you absolutely need to know about. If you have the bigger one, hold that for a good price, right? The compact I have sold as high as $40, which is crazy when you think about it. Actually, is it 40 or 34? I don't know. It's one of the two. But either way, great turnaround. Great turnaround. That is a better value than the shake weight. Yeah, true, man. I'm telling you, man, this is going to keep the whole family square right here. When someone acts up, man, you just whip out the rumble roller, and that's it. Everyone's going to start shaping up. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one's pretty cool. I've hustled these things a billion times over, so let's take a look at derby skates, derby roller skates. Completely different than actual roller skates, because derby roller skates are meant to be run around in a wood oval, and that's where the girls like start knocking the crap out of each other, that kind of thing. 717 used. Holy moly, right? Showing you a good market right here. Okay, so let's look at these used ones right here. And you got to be, when you go to garage sales and when you go to thrift stores, gosh, look for those wide wheels, look for the stoppers in the front, and look for the brand RESELL. This is like probably the lead maker of these things. RESELL. You can see RESELL, blah, blah, blah. There's so many RESELL ones, right? But if you see the general theme, you go into a thrift store and you see something like this, right? A lot of times when I have found them, it seems like the skates didn't fit the person and they just like gave up, and they're like, all right. So I find them with a lot of ridges right here. Like the brand new, it's almost like the nubs on nubs of the wheels are going to be sitting there. You can actually take your fingernail and you can rub it across the wheel. And if it's completely flat, then it might have been skated on, right? A lot of the skate wheels that I've seen with these roller derby type things, they have little grooves when they're mint in a micro grooves, right? Like a fingerprint kind of thing. But you can see they all have the stopper, right? When you get the all leather ones, pretty cool. Look at that. You know, this person took a best offer of like 150. So we're about 6 scrolls down now on the track on the mouse pad, and we're still here at $100, 90 Riddell. I'm surprised that this one really sold for that. But these are ones with Chicago skate plates, like steel plates. You can see them right here. I've sold some with Chicago steel plates, but it's really hard to sell these. There's still good things to find if you find them for dirt cheap, but very hard to sell them unless you have an antique booth. So here we go. Some Chicago's are good. But yeah, look at this brand Riddell. So let's talk about the one you're likely to find. And a lot of times when if you're like, well, how do I, start looking around for these? And what's the kind of like the telltale sign? When you see that the wheels have like writing on it and it's like bragging what type of wheel it is, that's something to look a little bit further into. If you notice that most of them have some colors or some artwork on the wheels, like this one's got artwork. It's just like skateboarding wheels, right? It's like they're branded wheels. Let's look at some more right here. See, these they all have writing in them and everything like that. Some are real hot colors. Like this is a really pretty one. And then we have these. They all have writing inside. So that's one of the dead giveaways right there. The stop in the front is definitely another one. The one you're likely to find, the one I've probably found 10 times over by now, is probably on the $50 range. Let's go into page 3 here. It's one by Cobra. See these Cobra ones right here? So it's not so much this one, but Cobra is another brand that you can look for. It's basically made by Roller Derby. But here, you're going to find this one a lot. This one I have found a lot. And this is a Cobra U341. They make them in men's and women's. When I have found these, honestly, almost every, and I have found even a new pair in a garage sale for like $3. But I have found them by now at least probably 10 times over. So these are Cobra. They make them for men's and women's. And just look at the stop, like in the front, and you can kind of gauge. Maybe I can show you these wheels. Like hopefully this is a very, very mint pair, and I can kind of show you guys like what it's supposed to look like. I have never found a very extremely used pair of these. Like these are just for some reason like the people buy them and they don't like ride with them or anything. So if you look hard enough, let's look at this picture. Hopefully, I don't know if that little magnifying glass is going to come. But you see those little grooves in the wheel right there? That's what I'm talking about. See? They almost look like little fingerprint things, but they're like, little tiny lines. That's when you know it's like really, really mint. And then you look at the stop itself, like the actual stop, which is up here. Look at that. That looks really good. Because as soon as you start stopping and braking on concrete or wherever you are, like there's significant wear that starts showing pretty quickly. The sizes should be all in them, of course. Here's a picture of the stop. Very important picture to be putting on. Look at that. That's like intact. Here's the other shoe. So you know this is mint. So going back to what this one sold for, $39.98 with $22.33 shipping. I mean, there you go. And this type skate is no more than $10 at a thrift store. So I have found those a bunch. So the Cobra ones are pretty cool. They're all going to shake out right in that $50 range. In fact, if I keep going down, I'm probably going to see more Cobras. There's one right there. And yeah, so it's a very prominent one in the $50 category to start looking for. I like that one a lot. So hopefully you're getting some good information in this show. What's up, Golden Finger Picker? Good to see you, man. Got to get you on a Green Room Hangout soon. Haven't seen you in a while. But yeah, very, very cool. I just wanted to show you guys this, this market, very, very interesting market. Start looking around. And like I said, the best giveaway of whether it's going to be, go for good money. Look at the wheels. The wheels, they have some sort of writing or artistic this and that to them, like this. I mean, these are also the fold over type, they have like a little lace protector. So that's pretty cool. There are laces under there, but you can see the wheels, Stingray wheels, race formula, blah, blah, blah. So it's like skateboarding. Very, very, derby type stuff, guys. All right, so let's go into the next one. You guys having fun? Let us know if you like this show concept. If you do like the show, let me know. I want to see it right now in the feed. If you like the show, let me know. That'll definitely convince me to do more. Okay, so this next one is bike related, which is cool. And I just found I just found a new pair of these like the other day when my parents were in town, actually. And yeah, I think they're going to sell for about $100, something like that. But here we go. You guys ready for the next one? Sorry, I'm reading comments and it's slightly distracting. In fact, I want to go. I say hi to everybody. Touch base. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, and some of these are really, really cool. Trust me. Yeah, Jay, we have digging the show, man. Cool. First time watching. Thanks, Jay. Hopefully you subscribe to me and Golden Finger Picker. That's a good one to subscribe to. Anyone else making videos here in the feed? Let's take a look. There is a show going on right now on Margaret's channel. It has to do with Amazon merch. You probably Dumpster Marcus, the very first comment. You want to definitely subscribe to him too. He's pretty cool. But yeah, what's up, Jay? Good to see you. And by the way, if you guys want to learn like more, like if you like these 10 items kind of shows, and you're like, oh my god, like I want to learn more, like it'd be nice to learn on my own time. We have a free download down below. Okay, it does put you on our awesome email list too, so you can get sick discounts on the green room. But this right here is free. It's down below. 100 amazing items to resell. It's a PDF. It'll download straight to your phone. Then you'll get put in our amazing like email sequence, which has a lot of like emails that I've created, that Raken's created, that College Pickers created, lots of value. And if you're ever wondering, like, green room, is it for me or not? Like the email things that we've crafted, that's definitely going to help you guys out. So, but that is a really good guide. We created that thing a year and a half ago. We created it for the specific reason of let's give 100 amazing items that have good markets to resell. And I think that's definitely one of the best prep things you could ever launch in your system before you hit garage sales, let's say in February or March, would be that guide. That's a good one. Okay. What's up, Leslie Corbett? This is awesome. I just started on eBay last month and I've sold $1,600 so far. What's up from the ATX? Hey, wait, Austin, Texas? Let me know. That's the only ATX I know. Ryan Singletary, I like all your content. I bought a couple of Nerf guns to steampunk. Cool, man. Let me guess which Nerf guns you bought. Hold on. Because the ultimate one to steampunk, I think Longshot CS6 is a pretty good one to steampunk. That's probably one of the most steampunked ones. But it's not as cool looking as the Vulcan. Is it an EB6 or EB5 Vulcan? Anyway, that one is cool. When someone does that one right, dude, if you guys want to see a really cool market, look up steampunk Nerf guns. Like, oh my God, that is cool. So, what's up, GFP? Yeah, Golden Finger Picker says, always cool to pick up new items to look for. That's right. It's all about, what's up here. And that's the person that wins. The person that has their risk, honed down, right? You go to a garage sale, you show up with a couple $100 and you know your risk, right? You know your risk parameters and you know what you're looking for. You got to get a thick market. Very important, okay? One of the ways people really fail in this game is they don't mess with a thick market. So when you're first starting out or even in the intermediate stages, you want to mess with a thick market. That's important. You got to get wins, right? And wins are crucial to like maintaining success. You got to have those wins. So it's just the same thing like when you're working out, right? You got to get gains. You got to burn calories if you want to lose weight, right? But if you want to get muscular, you got to see things changing, or else you're like, what the hell am I doing this for? So same thing with hustling. Like you got to have a thick market. That's like rule number one. The rule number two is populate your head with amazing information. Rule number three is learn at an exponential rate, surrounding yourself with good-minded people. That's really important too. You get around a lot of people that are sharing their hauls, like on a Saturday or a Sunday, for example, like your learning is just going to astronomically, it'll just go crazy. So that's pretty much that. It's all about minimizing risk. You're right, Golden Finger Picker. Okay, Leslie Corbett, Austin, Texas. Cool. Hit me up on Facebook, by the way, on Bonafide Hustler. Let's get a dope deal or let's get some coffee. Okay, let's go into the next one. Enough dicking around. That's what I always say in my videos. You guys ready? Okay, just making sure. Here we go. Okay, not roller skates, but the next one. Okay, so there are two very, very, very prominent, extremely large market cycling shoes that you guys need to know about. Both are made by the same brand, but one is mountain bike and one is road. So the one I want to talk to you guys about, first of all, is this brand right here, SIDI, okay? SIDI, very important brand. Now, if you want to look at the mountain biking one, they have one called the Dominator. Now, the thing is, the Dominator looks just like this other model I want to talk to you about. The only way you know it's for a mountain bike is if you look at the bottom of it, and it'll have a much more aggressive bottom sole. But they look so alike. So today we're going to talk about the SIDI Dominator real quick, the SIDI Genius 5. Okay, so let's go into the road one because this is the road shoe that SIDI makes. We'll go into that first. We'll sort by used, 66 used. That's a great market in my book. So the SIDI Genius 5 is a carbon road cycling shoe. I think some are not even not carbon, but no, actually all Genius 5s are carbon. They have a carbon piece on the undersole. But take a look at this, right? 165 if you get this crazy color, right? But you're not going to find that one. You're going to find these. All right, you're going to find the SIDI Genius 5 like that. There's some white ones. You can find this one. I've hustled this one a couple times over. I a lot of times find these. And in fact, like a week ago, when my parents were in town, we went to a Goodwill. I found a brand new pair of these at a Goodwill for like $10. But you can kind of see what is going on right here. Remember, we're in a used portion right here. So we're looking at the used ones, people that have worn these. And the good thing about CD, it's basically like the industry best shoe. Like this shoe has been around for like damn near a decade now. Not the Genius 5, but the Genius series, and same with the Dominator series. But if you look at the bottom, and this is the easiest way to tell whether am I looking at a CD Genius 5 potentially, or even a CD Genius, or am I looking at a Dominator? So the road one, road, 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 road. Okay, Genius is the road one. We would go into any one of these pictures, and hopefully this person's got a bunch of pictures. And you look at the bottom of it. Okay, these are all leather shoes. I mean, they some people still have their CDs and they wear them over and over and over and over and over. They just keep breaking in and getting better and better and better, more comfortable. The bottom should look like this. They'll have a little, you might find them with some heel wear. It's not a big deal because you can actually buy those pieces right there and just swap them out. The bottom is carbon in a certain place, like usually the entire bottom is carbon, but like it'll brag about being carbon on some of the models. They've made the Genius 5 many years over, but some of them actually say carbon now. The current models say carbon on the bottom. But here's what it looks like on the bottom. See how smooth that looks on the bottom, right? It's aerodynamic, it's smooth. That's the road shoe, okay? And it's got plenty of good ventilation. That's forward facing. Take a look at that through this picture right here. Actually, there's probably a better picture. But you can see that there's plenty of ventilation for the shoe, for the sole and the person's foot in there. We're talking about a 2 Velcro strap system with 1 ratchet. Okay. So when you're testing this thing out, you find it at a store, and it can be even, honestly, if it's worn, probably still going to sell. If it's a Genius, right, or a Dominator, it's probably still going to sell for 40 or $50 in a pretty worn condition. So as long as it doesn't have any rips and cuts in it, the other places you want to search for like insane wear is going to be that strap right there. So you want to make sure that you ratchet it. Okay. See that red tab? That red tab, if you push it down, if I'm not mistaken, if you push it down, it'll unlock the strap. But the ratcheting part is that little tiny little lever you see right there. That actually ratchets the thing kind of like a snowboard binding or a ski thing. And it'll get you your perfect fit. But when you're ready to get out of them, you press that red little thing that kind of looks like a devil's horns, you press that down and it'll unlock the strap. Now, this is one of the things that you want to test out when you're actually at the thrift store or at a garage sale. You want to make sure that that strap isn't completely toast, because that strap is only made out of plastic. And it is one of the first things to truly wear down on the shoe. But there are replacement ones of those as well. So if you still sell them like that, you go, oh, strap has an issue, it's not holding that great. People can still like fix that up, because it's really easy to switch a strap on that shoe. And also check the place where the actual the clasp is. I can't really show you because if I move off this picture, it's gone. But see that part right there with the actual latch? Underneath that, it's kind of like a pivoting body that goes to the shoe. Sometimes that can get messed up too, but that's only in very, very used condition ones I see, like super used. So anyway, there's the CD Genius right there. Let's keep a look at this. Let's look at this market together and just determine how badass this market is. Look at this market. 5 mouse scrolls downward, right? $90, 79, 81 with bids, 6 bids, 3 bids. I mean, this is a terrific, terrific market. So just remember that the CD Genius 5 is a road shoe, okay? And, got crazy, crazy resale. I mean, it's ridiculous resale. Like, this looks to me like, relatively used. Let's go to a used pair and see what they're really going for, like a super used pair. And I can spot them like from a mile away. That one's getting close, but no, let's get into another one. Let's see what's happening here. I mean, they wear down so nicely. Here's definitely a used pair. Okay, so, yeah, this one says narrow, and it's starting to get used, and you can kind of see, these are called S Pros. I'm surprised they didn't, or no, sorry, these are Genius 5 Pros, but still, I mean, they wear down at a pretty good rate. Like these, the bottom, it's got some use on it, but still good, Look at the heel. I knew this was a used one. You can see the heel thing right there. Still $50, man. Like, it's a great, great, item to know. Great item to be on a BOLO list for right there. $50, not really. Okay, honestly, this is a $50 shoe. This person messed up. You should never put this thing on auction. So, size whatever, 50 narrow, this could have sold for 50 or $60 because it's one of the large ones. So anyway, so you got all those. that's definitely the first one I wanted to discuss with you guys. The other one is the mountain biking one, and we'll see the differences here. Hopefully this is not like super boring to you guys, but this absolutely interests me a whole lot because I have firsthand knowledge with this item, and honestly, I've flipped it many times. I've found more geniuses than dominators. Okay, so I'll just be honest with you guys on that. The dominator is super awesome, but it looks just like the other one, except the bottom. Get into the pre-owns here because you're probably never going to find it new. Check this out, Dominator 5s. That's the most current one. They go down to Dominator 3s. Here's some other ones. They're, a little different looking. Doesn't matter if you got Dominator 3s, Dominator 5s. Man, they're all kinds of people out there have crazy preferences. Like, they're like, oh my God, my Dominator 3s lasted 10 years. Like, I just need to get another pair of Dominator 3s. I don't want to mess with the newer model. I want the Dominator 3s because they have more leather or whatever. Look at this. Look at this market. Talk about a strong market, right? Look at this. This is probably 10 scrolls down. We're still at like $100. Limited edition camo ones, they're almost always going to be black, by the way. But when we go deeper into them and take a look, here's 6 bids at 100 and basically $107. I want to show you the bottom of it so you know the difference because they look just like the geniuses. So if you find one of these things, you're like, damn, do I have a genius or do I have a dominator? Because it's not gonna show it on the side. Okay, they don't say dominator or anything. As far as I know, they don't. But you see the bottom? See that? How it kind of looks like soccer cleats? All right. So we know that the bottom is definitely it's definitely different, right? These are actually a really good pair. So yeah, this definitely would be $100 or more pair because we can see the nubs on the actual nubs. You can see them right there. But yeah, pretty cool, huh? That's a good market right there. So something good to know about Dominator, CD Dominator, very important shoe to know about, and you will find it if you are keeping your eyes open. You're going to find one of the two. You're more than likely going to find the geniuses. The dominators are. Think of it, if you ever find the dominator, which I've found the dominator about probably 5 times in my hustling career, one of which was a brand new pair. I found geniuses probably somewhere between 10 and 20 times over. Like I've found geniuses everywhere. So, but yeah, look at the dominator right here. Look at this market. It's crazy. Anyway, so it gets me excited because it's absolutely one of the greatest bolos ever because, and especially if you start finding these crazy colors and, look at these right here, the Dominator 4s. I mean, the colors, when they get a little bit more rad, the price of them goes up, right? So pretty neat. So yeah, here we go. Charlie Jones, always dropping major knowledge. Kudos. Thank you so much. Picking for profit. We have amazing trails here. Awesome. I have great trails. Okay, I'll tell you one thing real quick. I want a pair of Dominators so bad for myself, but to buy them new is like $249. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, hold on, let me hopefully there's a new browser right here. CD, sorry, Dominator. So take a look at that. Yeah, they're about $200, about $250. See, so definitely not a cheap shoe at all to buy them new. I have never found a pair of 47 used, so I'm still on the hunt, guys. I really want this shoe more than anything. It's a very, very tried and tested model. Okay, so let's go into the next one. This one's pretty cool. Drop some knowledge on you peeps. We have Reebok CrossFit. Hopefully you guys know about this, but you got to know the nitty gritty of this shoe in order to make good money. Oh my God, did you see that? Hold on, did you guys see that freaking market? Oh my gosh, that's a crazy market. Look at this. All right, so price per shipping highest first. We have sold listings. So that's in the new market right there. We go into the used. That's already in the new one, right? Look at how many shoes there are here. Unbelievable. All right, so let's talk about these shoes because there's 2 different types. And there's one kind of like really rewarding one if you find it, okay? So the one that's really rewarding to find is called the RS, like the Rich Froning model. It's kind of hard to find. It really is, but I'll just show it to you. It's probably, it looks a little bit like this one. Like that's definitely a Froning model. That is too. Surprised. Hold on. This should be a Froning model. I know what they look like. Let's take a look. Rich Froning. Yeah. So this is a Reebok CrossFit Complete. It's a Rich Froning. He's basically the most like CrossFitted dude in the whole planet. And he has his own signature pair, and that's what these are. So if you look for these that have a little spider web thing on the side, I mean, a lot of them do. All the nanos are going to have something like that, but the Rich Froning model is very black, red, dark gray, like that. So here's a Rich Froning model right there. All the Rich Froning models are going to be like close to $100. Let's see if I can find the next one. Here's one right here. See, Rich, it's a fronting CrossFit, $87 free bids. Whoever is doing auction on this is not very smart because this is a $100 shoe. You just lost 13 bucks. But there are two different models when you deal with Reebok CrossFit. There's a Nano and there's one called Lifter. So the Lifter is for people that are doing like snatch pulls, deadlifts, squats. They're not really traveling around a whole lot, right? They're not traveling around doing handstand push-ups or anything because the back of the Lifter ones, here's a Lifter, is solid plastic. Okay, there's no sponge in this, or there's no sponginess, nothing. This is a very, very hard shoe. You can't run in this shoe, nothing. You can just lift, okay? You can just lift in it. So when we look deeper into the Lifters, and trust me, if you listen carefully, you will absolutely find one of these one day. Because I've already found 3 Lifters in my hustling time, but I've found definitely a good amount of nanos. In fact, I've shipped nanos to FBA. But you can see the bottom is just plastic. See that right there? So you can see that. It's pretty obvious. You can see it right here. And then when we look closer into these pictures, I mean, it's straight plastic. I mean, that's all. It's not a forgiving shoe. It's just to plant your feet on the ground so you get a really good base. See that? All right, so that's the Lifter one, right? You got to know the model that you have before you sell it. The next one is Nano, and that's the most popular one that they have. Nanos are everywhere. See, Nano 6.0, 4.0s. The number is not super important because the way you find out what model you have or whatever is by putting like, okay, if I have these Reebok CrossFit shoes, I would put black and red or gray and red, type in, put that in eBay, check out what's sold, and I'd be like, okay, these are 4.0s because I'm seeing exactly the model I have in my hands here. But yeah, we can take a look like black nanos. We got orange nanos, or these are Lifter ones here, but we have some blue ones. We're still at like 90 bucks right here, right? Teal ones. I mean, people want different colors of these things. Here's some fronting ones right here. We saw that one already. Here's some more fronting. See, this person really messed up because they're called CrossFit Completes, but you got to put fronting in that, that thing right there. So without fronting the name, I mean, you're kind of shorting yourself. But here, CrossFit Nano, we got some orange and blacks, and it just keeps going. I mean, this is a really, really big market. So remember, Lifter, plastic bottom, Nano, more like a real shoe, something you can actually run around on a little bit, flip tires with, all that kind of stuff. Let's look at the Nano bottoms. It looks like a real, actual shoe. Very, very wide kind of in the toe section, right? So you can, well, actually, there's no more pictures on that one, but so you can basically like get as wide of a spread of your feet as possible. But yeah, very, very popular shoe. In fact, Nike has seen the market that Reebok has done with the shoe, and they have their own right now. It starts with an M. It's like Metcon, I think. But if you look at Nike Metcon, here's your bonus right here. Nike Metcon, right? There's Metcons 1s and Metcon 2s. Metcon 1 is the oldest one. Metcon 2 now has the thing on the very back to where you can do handstand push-ups and not destroy a wall. Look at those real quick just for the hell of it. This is very informal, but yeah, I'll still show you. I want to get to the pre-owns because this is a relatively new shoe, the Metcon 2. And we can see that Metcon 2 in used condition. Look at these prices, right? I mean, Nike saw Reebok making a really good move with CrossFit. It's not that Nike is sponsoring CrossFit at all. They're just realizing that there's a lot of money left on the table by not building a lifting type CrossFitter shoe. What's interesting about the Metcon 2 is it's a lifter type CrossFitting shoe. Like you can still technically run around on it and stuff. Look at this. Look at this little cheeky bastard. Reebok CrossFit shoes using Nike Metcon as a keyword. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, one of the things that's interesting about the Metcon 2s is it has this little lip on the back that when you're doing a handstand push-up up against a wall, it makes let me see if I can find a really good picture of it. Something to kind of look at. It's pretty interesting looking. Here we go. It doesn't destroy the wall, and it gives less resistance when you're going up and down on the wall in a handstand push-up. You can see this little lip at the end. It's made out of solid plastic. What the hell? You see it right there in the green little lip at the very back. It's very odd looking, but once you put that green lip up to a wall and you're in a handstand, you can go up and down the wall like with no problems. And yeah, there's no drag. So that's what the Metcon 2 is really known for right now. It kind of just hit the market recently. But Metcon 1s, Metcon 2s, they have some really cool colorways. Definitely a good shoe. It looks like anything that Nike touches and will always turn to gold when it's very niche type kind of stuff or very awesome color type stuff. Okay. We have some comments that are coming in. Thanks to all the green room members. That shouts raking profits and Bonafide. Most stress-free Christmas ever. Thanks to learning to sell on eBay. You're welcome, Amy. Okay, so hopefully you guys are learning something here. Did you guys know about the CrossFit shoes, by the way? I'm just curious. Yes or no? Just a simple yes and no. Um, I want to know. Okay, so what's the next thing we got to know about? You've probably seen this on some of my ride-alongs, but I've never really actually talked about it too much. Beer steins. This is a really odd market, and it's big. It's huge. It's a huge market, but identifying is the key. So you're going to want to make sure, because if you have a pewter lid or anything like that, or if it's musical, or you start talking big money. But one of the most important things is to figure out whether it comes from Germany or not. So when you F with a Stein, right? I'll just say F with a Stein. You're gonna want to make sure it's from Germany. First of all, it's one of the best things to figure out, and then you got to figure out if it's pewter lid or not. Um, there we go, pewter lid on this one. So pewter lids are typically going to hold their value pretty good. I'm not going to act like I know tons about this, right? But I know that when I've identified them, I have found the markings on the inside of the lid, also on the very bottom of the sign. Like when you open the lid, you look at the very bottom. Every now and then the underside, that's how I've identified them. But usually when I've sold them, they've been in the category of, let's take a look here. Yeah, like we're getting kind of close to the category. Like I've hustled one of these before right here, a GERS. So and when I put them in my booth, they go so fast. So if it has like any imperfection in it, like I have the advantage of putting it to a booth, but you're gonna have to disclose chips or anything cracks that you see. I've actually hustled this one with one of the deer before too. And they come in different sizes, right? There's some big ones. The bigger I like to think a little bit better. But we're still like, page 6, and look how many beer steins there are. Pretty easy to find. When I have hustled beer steins, they're usually $5 and less when I pop on them, but I've been in places where they're asking astronomical amounts for it, and it's usually an estate sale. So, but that definitely something to look for. They look like this. They look like something a dwarf would run around with. Oh, not a dwarf, a gnome. Sorry, a dwarf. A gnome would run around with, or something. Yeah, just really odd looking. But yeah, take a look at that. Remember, the identification typically is going to be underneath the lid on the bottom of that thing, or right underneath that. But yeah, and there are some like aftermarket ones that are created, like repros, and those still actually hold decent value as well. They're just not going to get like for an authentic one, for example, because some of them are hand painted, right? And if you can figure out if it's hand painted or not, then that is easily like that's the difference between maybe a $50 stein and a $150 stein really quickly. Because if we go to the let's see, if we go to the top ones, I know what to look for. Like when I said I don't want to act like I know everything, I don't. But I know, like every time I mess with these, they sell fast. Like it's a great market to mess around with. I'm looking for one that just says like hand painted. Like once you start get to the hand painted ones, I know those are pretty wanted. Anyway, I know there's some out there. Here, you know what? Let's see what the hand painted ones go for. Hand painted. What I'm talking about. So like I know to look out for these. Here we go. Hand painted. Big money right there. Cool. Okay. Used ones. They're never gonna find them new. Yeah, still great at market. All right, so let's go into the next one. This is kind of a real, no man, this is a really good bolo. Hopefully, this is cool because this relies on one word. If you memorize this word, you win. You guys ready? So Moots, Jersey. Moots is a bicycle brand that makes titanium bicycles. They've been around for quite a while, but they're hella expensive. Like most people can't afford them. So look at these Moots jerseys, right? Let's go into the used section. Moots jerseys, crazy, right? Top and bottoms. We got jersey and shorts, 105, 18 bids. 90. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? Moots. Just remember this name, Moots. You want to keep it simple. You don't want Moots with anything else on there, okay? You just want Moots, the actual jersey that Moots makes. You don't want to find Moots with like someone else's. I don't think they would ever allow someone else to get on their jerseys with them. But like these people, I think selling it for this cheap, you're kind of like, it's not, you got to hold out for the good stuff. So anyway, but yeah, when I've hustled my Moots jerseys, they typically look like, not this one. I've done a short sleeve version of that one, and one that kind of looks, let's go into the new ones and see what's going on. See if anything else comes up. I have hustled ones that look like this. This is probably the more common one you'll find out there. Because this one I find every now and then. I like Frankenbikes, but they're like way accurately priced. But yeah, you can kind of see right here, pretty nice jersey, good selling potentials in those. So just remember that brand, Titanium Bicycles. They make road or mostly mountain bikes, but they might have made a road bike as well. Okay, let's go into the last item, and then you can hit the like button repeatedly as much as you want. But let's go into this last one. So this one, every now and then I find these lithium battery. Actually, no. Let's go into like a brand. Let's say the last one. Let me think. The last one I sold two. Yeah, I've sold this one twice over. So let's look at this one. Works battery. In fact, one was in the 2015 Greener meetup. I found one. The very first stop of the day when we did the garage sale caravan. It was one of the very first things I picked up. Used, because you're probably never going to find them new. All right, so essentially, you got to look at like lithium. Okay, very important, lithium. All right, batteries plus charger. Like, here's a battery lot, cool. But when you get the battery and the charger, it's a little bit more realistic. In fact, I've sold this one. When I sold it, I think it sold for like 80 or 90 bucks. But either way, maybe I shortchanged myself. It might have not even been a 56V. The higher the voltage, the more money it's probably going to get. But this one is probably the battery that goes in that thing, more than likely. I mean, these are really big batteries. A 56 volt would just completely destroy a weed eater. But you want to look for those kind of things. See those little charging docks plus the batteries? You want to look for those. Now, don't look for these things so much as because you probably never ship that off anyway. But these, the money's in this right here, the charger and the battery. All right, here's one 56 volt max lithium. Boom, right there. Awesome. And it also has a little battery meter. You press this little button and it shows you how much charge is on there. So you can actually see if it's charging. So you're not sitting there guessing like, okay, I think this is a good battery. You actually know on the Works ones. So there's one right there. Like the Works is a good one. Power 24 volt battery. This is more like the weed eater type right here. These kind of look like Black & Decker-ish. Here we go. Here's a 24. I think this is the type that I sold was a 24 one. So this is right about the same price still, you know. A couple of years later, I remember selling that one. I've sold some other ones as well that were a little different, but good market on the batteries right there, plus the charger, okay, battery and charger. Now, if you want to see another one that's pretty interesting, find the Toro ones are pretty cool. The Toro battery and charger, let's get a used ones. Let's take a look at that. This is another brand to look out for. So Toro Lion replacement charger, 24 volt. That's the one that powers the blower right here and the string trimmer. I actually own both. I own these items and I know about this battery, but it's they're not cheap. Even in used status, 50 bucks. Look at that. So not bad. Good thing to know about. 2601. If you go into the cheapy kind of stuff, like another one would be like Ryobi. I've sold some of those before. I think that's how you spell it. That's BS. Don't look at that one. But essentially, these are people that actually do jobs, right? Ryobi is one of the lead job type brands or brands that people on a job kind of take when they're doing like a house or several things. They want several batteries and several units. So a lot of times you'll see stuff like this. You'll see lots like that. Be on the lookout for Ryobi stuff. Look at 2 batteries, 139.49. I think we're in the used, right? Make sure. No. Okay. Let's go into the used real quick. This is a very prominent market as well. There you go. 217. That's the flashlight. Here we go. Battery and charger. 40 volts. 12 bids. 80 bucks. As the voltage goes higher, the battery gets a little bit more expensive. And you can see right here, we've got some 18Vs. And yeah, it's a great market. I just wanted to show you guys this stuff. So if you ever kind of see this stuff at a garage sale, pick it up. As long as it has a little button on the back of the battery or on the charger that tells you if the thing is charged, that's important. If you don't see any of that kind of stuff and no way of knowing if it's truly charged or not, I wouldn't mess with it. But most of these things are so advanced to where, because they're lithium batteries, right? And you don't ever want to like run a lithium battery all the way to the floor. Even though you can, it puts a lot of stress on the cells to get balanced when they come back to normal. I always stop my equipment right about that last little dot. So there's little dots on most of these batteries, and the last one is where you want to kind of stop your items, because if it gets completely down to the floor, a lot of lithium batteries can't come back from the dead like that, even with a good charger. So be careful. All right, so that is it. Man, what a show. Hope you guys liked it. I tried to outdo my last show. I don't know if I did a good job or not, so let me know. Um, but yeah, these are 10 items. I can give you way more than 10 items. So if that doesn't deserve the most amazing bona fide like and upvote possible, I don't know what does. But I did enjoy hanging out with you guys. I'll go into the feed one more time, see what everyone's talking about. We did go through 10 items that I had on my list. Mountain biking downhill pads. We had mountain biking riding shorts, Logitech C920 webcam, Rumble roller, Derby roller skates. Don't forget about CD Genius and Dominator shoes, Reebok CrossFit shoes. They're going to be a Nanos or Lifter in those two shoes. Remember that. German beer steins. Remember, German, very important. Pewter, important. Hand painted if you can determine it. Good company to mess with. GERZ, Gers, really good one. Moots jerseys. That's real niche. That's a pretty niche bolo right there. And then lithium batteries and chargers, which are everywhere in America now. So something to look forward to, right? Bolos galore. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, check out the green room, right? It's a little bit biased for me to say that because I created it, but check it out. And if you just want to get the top line of checking it out, get this guide that we produced. It's in the feed. All right, not in the feed, but it's in the description. Check out that guide. Very important. You get it for free. Put it on your phone. Important. Okay, review that thing if you want bolos and you want to know good markets. That guide's got more stuff in there too. Leslie Corbett, thanks. Excited about the future. There you go. Nightwing, smash the like button. Outdoor Wrangler said DeWalt, another good tool manufacturer to look for batteries, of course. DeWalt is really good. In fact, most of their batteries are like black or yellow, but DeWalt is really good. I mean, that is like bulletproof stuff. Even their like NiCad stuff still works really good. I can't believe it. But anything lithium these days is like super powerful. It doesn't matter if it's like impact driver, drill, Sawzall, like all those things. I mean, leaf blowers down to mowers, like these things are powerful units now. But most people that have these things want an extra battery, right? And sometimes the only place to do it is to go full price at Amazon, which is like really crazy expensive. I mean, it's talking like half of the price of the drill will be the battery, or maybe even the battery being more expensive than the drill itself. The battery is where the money is. So you want to look for that kind of stuff. Regardless of brand, works as a really almost kind of a crappy brand. Honestly, it's not that great. Very mass produced, like Black and Decker, but still, you see the batteries have good resale. So anyway, there's one more question here. Outdoor Wrangler says, Chris, how much is per pound at the Austin Goodwill store? I don't know. I can get you the answer if you hit me up on Facebook, because I know someone that goes there all the time. In fact, the person tomorrow, if you're on the show tomorrow, Outdoor Wrangler, the person tomorrow goes to the Goodwill outlet all the time. They're going to be on the Green Room show tomorrow, so it's going to be really cool. So yeah, Leslie's learning some stuff. Lauren's learning some stuff. We got Devin in the house saying, I wish I was going to the Green Room New Jersey party. I know. I wish I could go there too, but I got another little micro vacation planned at the very end of December. So we got Eve's Test here. What is up? So Sally Walker, good show. Thanks. All the people that said thanks, all the people that hit a like and a thumbs up, you are welcome. Okay. And I'll see you on the next Bonafide Hustlers show. And yeah, check out the Green Room if you get a chance. See you guys later. Bye-bye.